What on earth is wrong with RFK Jr., Trump's Health and Human Services Secretary? By now, you've probably seen this video where Kennedy is jumping in to water with raw sewage. Water, a waterway in DC, which is used to treat raw sewage. He's jumping in there. He's jumping in there with his grandchildren. Great role model, old man. Great role model you are to your grandchildren and to people in the country who value health. Really? We had to appoint this guy to this position? And as far as I know, he was not doing this because he lost a bet to someone or because someone double dog dared him to do it or triple dog dared him to do it, like they say back in middle school or whatever. This was a guy doing it just for funsies, just because maybe he thought that it would be something helpful to him, Oh, it's a good way to connect with nature, it's a good way to get in there and this is actually good for you. How on earth can that be good for you? How on earth can that be good for you? This is what happens when you take obsession with owning the establishment too far. There's a term that people use in cartoons and shows with respect to characters that basically go off the deep end in pursuit of one particular trait, that the writers of the show make them go too far in one direction. That term is flanderization. So there's a character who's got one particular trait that they're well known for and several other traits, and the writers basically make that character go super far in one direction of one of those traits to the point that's totally exaggerated and that they are unrecognizable. And this is what RFK Jr. is doing here. He's become flanderized. He's become so obsessed with owning the establishment. Everyone and their mom would say, don't swim in water like that. Don't get your head in there. Don't get your hair in there. Don't get any part of your body in there. If you do get any part of your body in there, make sure it's something that is not, like your face. But he's doing it anyway. He's doing it anyway because he is obsessed with owning the establishment. And I think that this is the most egregious example of it yet. He's done a whole bunch of other weird stuff, dead animals and all that. But this is like, what on earth? What is he doing? Should Trump fire him for this? Like, seriously, what a great role model, huh? Some good role model. And right-wingers and defenders of him, because there are defenders of him who are actually not on the right, which is insane to think. But they're like, oh yeah, he's an environmental lawyer. He's a big climate change fighter guy. He's sticking it to Big Pharma, which I get the passion for owning Big Pharma because Big Pharma really is not great. They're terrible. So liking him for being critical of Big Pharma is not necessarily the worst reason to like him, but you shouldn't like him because he's a lunatic. This type of thing, it's like, wow, how can you really call this guy the pinnacle of health? Right-wingers and defenders of him will post shirtless pictures of him. Like, look at this man's six-pack. This man is the perfect model of health. This dude is jacked. Oh yeah, alpha male right here. They're really obsessed with the alpha male image. And they're like, look at this pristine picture of health. Don't we want him in HHS? No, we don't. He swam in raw sewage, dude. There are certain choices you can make that are good, and you might make some choices that are good for you. RFK Jr. I'm sure does. If he works out, that's a great thing. You want to work out a good bit, but not too much. And so if you build a strong physique, that's a good thing. But swimming in raw sewage takes away any sort of points that you may have for building a good physique, even one that looks as good for his age as RFK Jr.'s does. So there's something wrong with this man. This man is not well. This is totally bonkers. Why on earth would our HHS secretary be doing this? Saturday Night Live would ruthlessly mock this. This is the type of thing that is like, think of the children, and he didn't think of his grandchildren at all. He took them swimming in there. What type of explanation can he muster up for this ridiculous stunt? Let me know what you think in the comments below. What's wrong with RFK Jr.? Like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. This has been The More the Merrier, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.